Here is a nice quick video to show you how to make a scatter plot on Google Sheets, but we're going to show a shortcut in doing it so you don't have to type in everything on your table. So you're going to go to your drive, start a Google Sheets, give it a name. I'm going to name this one the Pen Project. Make sure you share it with your teacher. Always do that right away. Okay, here I'm going to have the length of the side that is different. And in this column, I'm going to have the length of the sides that are the same. And in this column, I'm going to have the area of the pen. So I'm going to have three columns. What I mean by the sides that are different, here is the barn and you're building a pen next to the barn. Here is the side that is different, and then these two sides are the same. Okay, so first, the side that is different, that is my independent variable. I'm going to say the first length that it could be is 0, which means we wouldn't have a pen. And then it could be 1 and then 2. But the cool thing about spreadsheets, remember, is you can highlight both of those and then click on the fill box and you can go down as far as you want. We have 40 meters of fence, so I'm just going to go down here all the way down there. Okay, now for the side that is the same, let's go with a side length of 10. Rather than excuse me, rather than calculating out what this is going to be, let's let this spreadsheet calculate it for us. So what I'm going to do is I have 40 meters of fence and I subtract 10 away, and then whatever's left I have to divide between two different amounts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a equation right here, a formula, and I'm going to take 40 minus, and then instead of saying 10, I'm going to say A12. So 40 minus A12, and I'm going to put that in parentheses so that it does that subtraction first, and then I'm going to divide it by 2. And that should give me 15. So 15 and 15 make 30, plus 10 give me 40 meters of fence. So that is that. Now it says 15, but this is what I actually typed in. And the cool thing about a spreadsheet is now you can grab that fill box and you can bring it up and it will do that same calculation for every one of these. And then you can grab it and you could fill it down as well. And it will give that same calculation for every one of those. Excuse me. Now for the area is also going to be a calculation. I want the area to be this length times this length. Now again, for this same, that's just one of these two sides. We only need one to find the area. Length times width is all that we need. So I'm going to do this cell, A2, times this cell, which is B2, and then push enter. And again, it says 0, but actually what I've entered is A2 times B2. And if you grab the fill box and drag it down, it does all of that for you. So it's pretty nice that way. Now to make a graph, I want to show you just one thing about making a graph. You're going to highlight all three of your columns. We're not really interested in a graph of this same column. We really just want a graph of the area based on the different column, but you can't, it's hard to highlight just that. You could highlight this one and this one, but if you highlight all three of them and then insert a chart, and we don't want a line chart, we want a scatter plot. A line chart would be fine, but we're going to use a scatter plot. And then it says switch rows and columns, or excuse me, we want to pick the ones that we want. We have different is our x-axis, and we want the y-axis just to be area. So you're going to click on those three dots and remove the same column. And now it just has this one. There is some interesting thing that goes on here. Once the side length that's different gets to 40, notice kind of what happens there. It doesn't really make sense, and that's something that you might have to address in the project.